so I know I showed you all in the walk-in cooler yesterday that we were doing a brine for a whole ham from one of the hogs that Kelsey killed just the other day, but since we're here in Texas and not at our kitchen at home, and we did not get to do our recipe on Friday, we thought, hey, let's just make a little impromptu deal here, show you guys what we're doing at our home away from home at Guitar Ranches. And yeah, so here's the quarter again. Actually, something a little extra slipped in. I'll tell you about that here in a second. But here's what we did with the brine. This is one that Chef Witch actually came up with specifically for wild pork. And you have to look it up on from fieldtotable.com, but we've got some soy sauce, kosher salt, sugar, celery seed, some sage, and that says oregano. I'll just go ahead and tell you the truth. It's supposed to be thyme. I couldn't find any thyme, so I just grabbed another bottle, and yeah, so there you go, full disclosure. But anyway, so we have had this in the brine now for over 48 hours. We're going to pull it out and dry it off. We're going to score it. And then, you know what? It's not just me here today. Hey, come here for a second. We're going to put somebody on the spot.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Guess who it is? It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's my buddy, Chef Albert. What's up, buddy?
Looking good. Oh, it's really nice.
So
looks like when you said we're going to score, it looks like somebody already did score it.
So there's a story behind that, and we're going to share it with everybody that watches, or both people that watch. Mom and Dad, thanks.
So this basically, in a sense, this is a variation of the curcumin soy sauce, a marinade for turkey. It's a brine for turkey. So this is just a twist off of that for wild boar or pig.
You mean like this?
Just like that. That's looking nice there.
That hasn't been in there. That hasn't been in there near as long.
Oh, so who took this off?
Mr. Cameraman right there.
Oh yeah, so you know there's a big oyster, a big muscle that goes along the back, like on a chicken, and yeah, so yeah, now we're getting closer. So this is looking good.
I didn't have a very good teacher.
So I don't defend him very often. So it was his very first one, and I did walk him through it. So
well, that's great. That's great. Smells good.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. So I just figured I'd get you on here and see what creative idea that you've come up with, because this is actually not on our menu. We're right in the middle of Fill the Table, and we're going to add this to the menu. We're going to pull the fascia off, right?
Yeah, we're going to take all this off, because this will really make it chewy and tough and contort out of shape.
Okay.
And the whole reason why we did put it in a brine is because if you took this whole thing and cooked it whole, this fascia, that right there, fascia, people call it different names, but that's what makes it gamey and chewy. And when you have the whole leg, you have the muscles, the sirloin tip, the eye round, the bottom round, the top round, and they're all coated with that fascia. So that has to come off. That's why it makes it chewy and gamey. So when we make a whole leg, we take the outer surface off, but you can't get that fascia off the muscles on the inside.
Sure.
So that's why we want to alter the flavor a little bit to mask that gaminess.
And we also injected it too, so it hasn't just been soaking. We did inject it.
And that will also keep the moisture when we slow cook this for a long period of time.
So let's talk about that. So we're going to score it, and we're going to slow smoke it tomorrow. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah. So we'll pull all this off, and then we'll lightly score it. We won't score it quite that deep. And then in those scores, you know, what that's doing is that's opening up, and you can do what we call PK. Like on a ham, you would stick a stud of clove into those corners. So PK would mean to stud. So you could open this up a little bit, and PK stud it with garlic as well. There's all different things that you could do with that. But we'll take the space off, we'll score it, put a rub on it, make sure it's dry. If we're going to smoke it, that's why we're going to take it out today. And then we can wrap it with bacon, or we can wrap it with caul fat, or so we can barred it where we put fat on the outside. Slow smoke it so that, about an inch per hour. So we want to go about 3 to 4 hours of smoke on it. And then with the bacon, we'll wrap that, and then we'll wrap it with foil to keep the moisture in. But that's why you want to inject that to change flavor and to add moisture.
Cool. So I guess tomorrow I'm going to be PKing? What am I doing tomorrow?
Okay.
PK. I get to
Stud.
PK
She's
tomorrow.
stud. Just stud it.
Oh, well, that's pretty appropriate for me doing it. So. Stud, yeah.
Well, maybe I should do it.
Yeah.
You got faith for radio.
No.
Doing that.
The young bucks should be doing that, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna start dry this off and start peeling the fascia off.
It was on the rack.
Oh, this was the rack. That's not scoring. I thought you scored it. I was like, we didn't film it. So,
I knew I was going to get you
So come-
one of these days.
see this right here? All right. So this will tell you
No,
what.
I did that on purpose so you would actually have lines to follow, so you didn't get your lines messed up. I want those crosshairs.
So this is how big of an idiot I am. I was just going to give Chef a hard time for scoring the ham without us filming it, but yeah.
The wire rack.
From the wire rack. Damn it, you got me again.
Hey,
What?
stay inside the lines.
I'm using Chef's knife. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're kind of all over the place on this one. You got me in here, you got Chef in here. We started in the kitchen at the lodge, and now we're in the processing center. So, all right, we're mixing a little bit of our own seasoning here, and we're just doing the hot, sweet and spicy things is what we're doing. So taking a little bit of, or a decent amount of sweet and mixing a little bit of heat in there for the rub that we're gonna put on the outside of it. Now, if you remember, this has been in the brine for 48 hours, 72 hours, something like that. And we injected it. And now, so we're going to score it. Normally you're just scoring the fat so that the fat renders down into whatever meat it is that you're doing. But what we're going to do is add bacon. We always say bacon. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're going to add, is some bacon to it. And then that fat will all render down into this hind quarter and help it retain juices. We'll get this all scored up, and then we'll rub it down with those spices, and then we're gonna throw it on the smoker for, I don't know, 5 hours? 5-6 hours? Something like that. And this is actually, so we're actually right in the middle or at the tail end of one of our From Field to Table events. We did a hog turkey combo. We're 7 for 8 on our turkeys, and number 8 is still out right now. Roy just took them back out and trying to get it done. They always do a good job here on Guitar Ranches. And hogs, I think everybody's gotten a hog. So, all right, so we've got that done. Then we're just gonna cook this thing really good.
Give me a little.
You want a little
fancy
flair?
action.
Woo! I'm not much of a flair guy. Man, Chef's knife stays sharp.
You know who sharpened that knife?
Who sharpened it? Did I?
I think I sharpened
You
it.
sharpened it. All right. You did a decent job. You're on me. Whoa.
Hey, that's
Whoa.
not scoring. That's cutting, bud.
Well, I think Kelsey took care of that for us to begin with.
Where?
So there's Kelsey's.
Get out of my life.
That's the hatchet job. Literally a hatchet job.
There it is.
Yeah, with her hatchet. Miss Grunt style, Kelsey DeSantis tore up my hind quarter.
That sounds good.
I didn't mean it that way, Kelsey. Smoke's rolling. So we got this on low, around 160 degrees. And we're gonna let it smoke without the bacon for probably 2.5 hours. Then the bacon will go on and we'll wrap it in foil. It's gonna be juicy, gonna be good. Oh son, look at that. So now we're gonna wrap that in bacon and actually probably wrap it in foil and let that bacon render on this ham. Oh man, that looks good. Now we're just gonna wrap in bacon. All right, so I literally just asked Eddie to run over and ask Chef for me. I'm wrapping this in bacon, like I said just a second ago, but last time we wrapped it in foil, but I can't remember exactly when. So Chef said to put it back on the smoker for half an hour, then wrap it in foil, and then we'll go probably another 2 hours. We'll just kind of keep checking it and see. So anyway, it's nice having a chef arm's distance away to be able to ask questions like that for. And you guys get to benefit because it's all on our website. All right, so as you know, we've got the ham going. Actually, it's really not a ham because we didn't use that much salt in the brine. So we've got the hog hindquarter still going in the smoker. We're getting really close to it. Chef just said, hey, you need to make a sauce. I was like, all right, what do you want us to make? He's like, make it up. What do you feel? What do you feel, Tyler?
I feel like maybe just putting a bunch in this bowl. He pretty much told us, go with what you feel, but don't mess it up. That's kind of the vibe that I was getting. So this is our take on not messing it up.
He obviously does not know who he's talking to.
No.
Ground Dijon mustard. We've got some sweet Thai chili sauce, and we found some orange. Orange and ham go well together. I do know that much. And then if it needs to be a little sweeter, we got some grape poupon, and if it needs a little sweetness, we've got some honey. So great. Now he's already here to inspect, and we've only poured one ingredient in, and he's already here. And he said, "Don't screw it up."
Oh, looking good, looking good.
Yeah, we're making it up as we
So
go.
this is going to go with your ham, right?
It is going to go with the ham. So we thought maybe an orange flavor. We only had a tiny bit of there was only a tiny bit of that.
Be careful on that mustard. You can always add, you taste.
Add more?
Yeah, like once you get some of it blended, then you can come back and add more. But
Okay.
if you get too much in,
You can't take it out.
yeah,
Can't take it
You
back.
can't take
Yeah,
it back.
So let's see what we got here. Actually, it's already not a bad start.
Yeah, doesn't taste bad.
Cameraman, aka Eddie, aka my son.
That's actually really good.
Is that right? See there? Let's go into business. Yeah, we're gonna go with an average, and I'm gonna say that's none. So, let's just do it.
Bacon.
Now we put this bacon on there because these animals were so lean. There was literally no fat on them. I mean, you could see how thin those loins were. So we smoked that. There's some beautiful shoe there. When I touch that right there, that's like medium to me. Did you stick it with a thermometer? Let's say 148, 150. Okay. So that's cooked perfect. And now it's gonna rest. So we got a nice score on there.
This was brined overnight
For about 48 plus hours
and then smoked.
and injected.
Okay, brined, injected,
Yep.
wrapped in bacon, then smoked.
Actually smoked for 2 hours with no foil on it at all. Then wrapped in bacon and smoked for another hour. Then wrapped in foil and smoked for another hour after that.
Let's see what we got here.
Ooh, looks good. Chef, what are we doing next? We're doing
All
slice.
right, nice.
Feel good?
Yeah, looks good. Looks inside of the leg. So this is the top round,
Right.
So this is the prime cut that we want to use, and we're just going to cut this.
A little sauce there. What do you think?
That tastes really good too, but that tastes really good.
So if you were doing this for a dinner party, you would leave this whole chunk untouched. You carve down here, you wouldn't carve that side.
I would cut this way, because the grain goes this way.
Here's what happened. Brine for 48 hours, injected before we brined it for 48 hours. What else did we do? Oh, and then we scored it, we seasoned it, we smoked it for 2 hours, wrapped it in bacon.
Then wrapped it in foil.
Yeah, wrapped it in bacon, smoked it for another hour, wrapped it in foil, smoked it for another hour, and then Tyler and I made this amazing sauce of stone ground mustard, some orange something or another, and some sweet chili sauce,
A little bit of honey.
and just a tiny bit of honey. And here, I'm do this so I don't get in trouble. Put you a little bit there. Cheers.
Cheers.
And this is the tough part. We haven't got into the good stuff yet, but I will tell you one thing. You should try it. From fieldtotable.com. Make sure you guys check it out.